Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Break-in at Gigi's King's House property, cops vest stolen. Police are investigating a break-in at King's House, the official residence of the Governor General Patrick Allen. Reporters understand that the break-in was one of the rooms occupied by policemen who stayed on the property. A police vest was stolen, according to sources. Efforts to speak with a representative from King's House have so far proven futile. The break-in reported occurred between Saturday night and Wednesday night. It was discovered Thursday morning when the policeman returned after leaving on Saturday. It is understood that the policeman returned to find his room ransacked. Subsequent checks revealed that the vest was missing. The Halfway Tree Police, who visited the property Thursday, has since launched an investigation into the break-in. Finhan Kirk charged for shooting 5 persons in Denham Town. Police have charged a man in connection with last month's shooting of 5 people in Denham Town, Kingston. Tafari Anderson, otherwise called Finhan Kirk, has been charged with shooting with intent. Anderson was charged after he turned himself into the police shortly after the shooting. He was among several men named as persons of interest in connection with the incident. Police said 2 other men are being sought for the shooting. They are known by their aliases, Kyle and Rico. These men are being asked to turn themselves into the police. It was reported that on March 19, 2022, the 5 people were among several others conversing on Market Street when they were pounced upon by a group of men armed with handguns. The men opened fire at them and the group. Several of them ran into the Denham Town police station. The injured people were assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital by the police. Police said none of the injuries were life-threatening. Tivoli residents hoard salt to fight maggots. Residents in Tivoli Gardens are stocking up on salt, however, it is not for cooking. The West Kingston-based community is battling a surge in the maggot population in some areas as uncollected garbage piles up. When reporters visited the area yesterday, garbage was dumped at a disposal site along Bustamante Highway, one of the main corridors in the community. A regular thing now, every minute garbage pile up. A site me have to throw there so cross way so them maggot they no pass. Because you know, all them crawl in the salt, them dead. One shopkeeper said, but them fat like. Another resident said the garbage collection issues have been a major headache. One day last week, the garbage truck come. If them take so long to come, you're gonna have this spread the same way. Some of the residents them send the picnic them with the rubbish. The picnic them no bother go up their designated disposal area. Them just drop it right there so. Or some of the big people them a do it too, another resident reported. All the people them from way down in a garden, I just saw them dump. Right here so them squatter. It nah go stop. The maggot them trail all a Ben corner. So you must know how far them a go, a woman said. National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA Executive Director Ardley Gordon, has acknowledged the agency trying to address a backlog in garbage collection in many areas across the island, admitting that, in far too many instances, they have missed 2 collections. When we are not late, we are into backlog in quite a number of areas. There is indeed a very chronic shortage of trucks. If we don't have trucks, we are dead into the water. Our business relies heavily on trucks, he told reporters. The NSWMA head said that just before the COVID-19 pandemic, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark had announced that 100 new trucks were approved for purchase for the state agency. But 2 years later, they have not yet landed in the island. The fact that we didn't get the trucks didn't mean that the garbage stopped generating. There is a commitment in this year's budget to get 50 trucks, which they are procuring, he added. But he does not foresee those units arriving before late November or December if everything goes according to plan. Gardner is asking the residents to be patient and to properly containerize their garbage, a practice the residents admitted very few persons adhere to. You see that maggot situation? You will not find that at my house. No matter how late the garbage truck take to come, you will not find that because I properly packaged my garbage, Gordon told reporter, noting that containerizing was a win-win for collectors and residents as it reduces health risk. I know that no week passes and a truck doesn't go into Tivoli Gardens. sometimes more than once per week. The truth is, areas like South St. Andrew, West Kingston, Central Kingston, those densely populated areas, you really can't go there often enough. You clean the area 9 o'clock and by 9:30, 10 o'clock, it is as if you have never been there, Garden stated. The NSWMA boss is also encouraging people to practice composting, saying that 67% of what the agency collects is composable. Tivoli Gardens Division Counsel Donovan Samuels stated that he was in a meeting and could not speak on the issue. Toll bosses want poor to fine pedestrians, tailgate cheats. The Toll Authority of Jamaica is pushing for legislative authority to impose fines on pedestrians who encroach on toll roads and to penalize motorists for tailgating. An agency of the Ministry of Transport and Mining, the authority also wants legislative backing the regulated advertisement on the toll roads, as well as to make it mandatory for future concessionaires to pay toll monitoring fee to the regulatory body. Transport and Mining Minister Audley Shaw said the toll authority also wants to be empowered to apply monetary sanctions on toll operators for non-compliance in the remedying of any defects or damage to the toll road infrastructure. Shaw made these comments while making his contribution to the sectoral debate in Garner House on Wednesday. The toll authority is mandated to monitor toll operations through routine inspections of infrastructure, traffic control management, employee safety practices, and observation of traffic flows. Concerns regulating pedestrian encroachment related to the traffic hazard posed by animal herdmen or other walking along the high-speed, no-go zones. A pedestrian was killed in a motor vehicle crash along the toll road near Linstead St. Catherine in late January. Tailgating motorists have sometimes treated the money collectors by beating the retractable barriers. Turning to the mining portfolio, Sean said that the Jamaica Bauxite Mining JBM Company Limited has taken steps to commercialize bottled water extract from the spring on its Ochoas property. He said the water will be distributed in bulk to the cruise lines that dock on the Reynolds Pier. This initiative project will promote Jamaica's alkaline nature source and will provide an economical viable revenue stream to JBM, he added. The project is slated to be launched in October this year. Other JBM plans include an industrial park involving the restoration of 3 dilapidated buildings into 60,000 square foot of modern storage facilities for commercial rental and commercial park and further development of the Reynolds Pier. The JBM has also earmarked 150 acres within the Linford estate to build 500 houses unit. Shaw said that the affordable housing development will support the ecosystem infrastructure of the Linford Industrial and Commercial Park projects. The project is scheduled to start in December 2022. Meanwhile, Shaw disclosed that late last year, the UC Russell started making payments towards the US $35 million in bauxite production leverage loan for the period April 2018 to September 2021. Between November 2021 and March 2022, approximately 45% of the outstanding sum was paid to the Capital Development Fund. A structured plan for payment of the remaining amount has been developed. Government keeping tab on COVID hospitalizations deaths. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the government is closely monitoring hospitalization and deaths as a result of the increase in the COVID-19 positivity rate over the past week, but noted that he was not harboring regrets over the withdrawal of orders under the Disaster Risk Management Act, DRMA. On Wednesday, April 27, the island recorded 150 new cases, bringing the overall number to locally confirmed infections since the pandemic began in March 2020 to 129,662 cases. Only one new death was reported on Wednesday, with positivity rate at 11.6%. The country's 7-day average positivity rate stood at 8.6%. Up to Wednesday, 108 individuals remained in hospital, of which 22 were positive cases and 86 suspected of having the virus. As of now, every death is one too many, but the numbers are far lower when compared with the positivity. I don't think that we should live in regrets as it relates to the lifting of those restrictions, Tufton said at a press conference. Asked by reporters whether the health ministry had made any recommendations for the retention of the mask mandate, which was fully lifted on April 15, or whether it was in full support of the government's decision. Tufton did not give a clear response. However, he pointed out that the ministry had put forward the pros and cons of such a decision and that clinical assessments were reviewed in coming to a determination. Other decisions that we take, whether to keep the mask or to remove the mask, come with a certain level of risk, said Tufton, adding that there continues to be a significant mental health impact derived from the restrictions. The point is that the decision was announced, was taken in the context of a general position that we needed to restore a sense of normalcy to the society, to the economy, to the country, not just for economic purposes, as important as that is, but also for psychosocial purposes, he added. If you see things moving in that direction, then you have to adjust, and the government has always been willing to pivot into this pandemic, he added. Despite last week's confirmation of the presence of the Omicron BA.2 variant in the island, health officials in Clarendon say the news is not alarming. Eugenia Clark-James, acting CEO at the Mapen Hospital, said that her team is prepared in the event that there are any changes in the future. Mapen Hospital is always ready. We have our plans in place, so we are ready to cope with any situation at all, because we have gone through the worst, said Clark-James in reference to other variants of the respiratory illness. She disclosed that the Delta variant had the most adverse impact on the hospital because of a significant number of cases being recorded. Nonetheless, since March, the facility has witnessed a decline in cases, having recorded 2 positive cases over the last several weeks, with no positive cases at the facility on Wednesday. Last week, the parish's medical officer of health, Kimberly Scarlett Campbell, told reporters that the 40-bed field hospital at the facility was temporarily closed amid a decline in COVID-19 cases. The Regional Technical Director at the Southern Regional Health Authority, Dr. Vitilos Holder, has also confirmed that up to Wednesday evening, only the Percy Junior Hospital has 2 positive cases and 1 suspected case, while the Mandeville Regional Hospital has 1 suspected case. In Clarendon, both the Lionel Town and Mapen Hospitals have 1 suspected case each with no confirmed cases, while there were neither confirmed nor suspected cases at the Black River Hospital in St. Elizabeth. Despite the breathing room, medical personnel at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine continue to face significant challenges, according to CEO Jacqueline Ellis. She told reporters that the hospital remains severely challenged, running beyond its bed capacity of 430. This, she said, was affecting how quickly patients are seen or able to get beds, noting long-standing complaints of people have been to sit on wheelchairs or on medical stretchers despite having to be admitted. That is a challenge, and we are really saddened sometimes by that fact, said Ellis, whose hospital currently has 233 medical doctors and 300 nurses and patient care officers. With a daily admittance population of nearly or exceeding 400 persons, she believes any spike in COVID-19 cases could cause more strain. COVID-19 hospitalizations have been slashed, with the facility seeing between 30 to 40 admissions, down from last year's high of 90-odd COVID-related cases daily. Few to no positive cases have been recorded in the past 3 months. It has come down, but we still have to be watching. We cannot be relaxed, Ellis said. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisosa Mackenzie is urging Jamaicans to continue exercising caution and still take COVID-19 shots despite the lifting of mandates. I want to again just emphasize that the removal of a law does not remove a need for infection and prevention control measures. And what we have is now the freedom to evaluate our risk in different situations, she told reporters on Wednesday. She added that she was hopeful that after 2.5 years, Jamaica would be in a position to understand that the protection, prevention and control measures such as social distancing, sanitization and wearing masks do prevent exposure and transmission. She disclosed that the rise in cases is being seen mainly in hotspots of tourist traffic, St. James, Westmoreland and St. Anne. But with the BA.2 being the more transmissible variant, she added that it is expected that once it is here in the country, that we will start to see an increase in the number of cases, but so far there has not been an increase in hospitalizations, severity of illness and deaths. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.